so I started at the firm or the office I'm working at a year and a half ago, and when I went in, they took me on at a reduced rate, not what I wanted, and they said they'll give it to me in 6 months' time. So 6 months' time came, and me being a high D, walked in and said, this is now the time, live up to what you said. And they said, well, we haven't budgeted for you, so we'll do it again in 6 months' time. 6 months' time again came, same old story. And at that point, I got so frustrated by the way they were treating me, because they didn't keep to what they were saying. I then just called on my manager, and I said to him, so what is important to me is that you actually keep to what you're saying, and it's not so much that I do get the increase, right? So I said, the next 6 months I will hold you accountable for what you are committing to. And he said, okay. And we were nearing in December that time again, and when I was coached personally, I used one of my sessions of how am I going to go and approach my manager. So I had this whole plan of, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to tell him this is what I'm worth, this is what I want, and this is when you're going to get me, or else I'm out. So I was like all amped and inspired, I'm going to do that. And then I started thinking about this whole disc profile thing, who he really is, and how can I talk into his style. And he's a high C, so he's got systems, he's analytical, he does numbers, because he's the financial manager. So then I started thinking, so how else can I approach him so I can get what I want, and he still feels like he had a say in it in the way that he handles or operates the business. So that's where my thought process was going towards. And having my coaching background, I walked into his office and I said to him, so Ian, this is that time again when we talk about this increase, and I was just wondering, what would you need for us to have a good conversation where you can feel like you are well prepared, you know why I should get this. So what can I bring to the table in order to help you to get to that stage? And he was just blown to pieces. He just sat back and he was like thinking, and he was saying, we'll need to look at the cost to company, we'll need to, and he started rambling off what is needed. And then I said to him, so I will then take responsibility and get those things in order, and then I will come and approach you again in a week's time. And he was all like still going with his plan. He said, we can do it this way. And I was thinking, no, wait, I will do it for you. So I will approach the Deputy Ombudsman and I will go and speak to her and see how we can then, get this thing going. And I left it. And then he came a week later, this is now early December, and he said, I've made contact, I've emailed our Deputy Ombudsman, they will talk about this in the new year, so I can just leave it. And he'll go to all my mentors and get testimonials of where my work is, and he's got the figures. So I was like, okay, cool. So the second the office was back and the Deputy Ombudsman was there, 10 o'clock he walks into my office and he says, Rene, I'm having a meeting in 5 minutes about your stuff with the judge and with her, and I'll feed back. And I was just sitting there. I said, do you need anything from me? He said, no, I've got everything here. I've got all the figures. So he was like, he's like fighting my battle. It's like, I'll leave it. He went into the meeting. He came out half an hour later. He said, if you've got time, please come to my office. Had the conversation, got the increase, contract's been extended. And that was it. So just by seeing how he works and working with him, what he requires, so I can get what I'm wanting, I got what I wanted. And then in that meeting, when he called me in to share with me what the outcome was, I then just acknowledge him for not what the outcome is, but the fact that what he did, so the work he did, and how I appreciate the fact that he took ownership of that and how that impacted me. And that also created some form of a different type of relationship between the two of us. And I can see it, the way he's just dealing now with me. So it's a way different level of us just working in a partnership.